Hello, Facebook friends. I'm gonna wait until I see someone come on. It's something that I wanted to discuss with a lot of the women out there. It's been on my heart here lately, and I wanted to talk to y'all about. I was reading a comment yesterday about the IUD. Excuse me for the way I look. I just got home from work. Okay. Hey, Brittany. Okay. Bear with me. This is the first time ever been on here. I want to talk to you about, I know the IUD, it's no good, which, my opinion, I don't think no birth control is really good. This is about, I had a tubal ligation done 10 years ago, which my daughter now is 10. Well, back in this past November, I had a tubal pregnancy that I did not know about. I was three months pregnant in my right tube. I did not have no signs, no symptoms of anything. And it's kind of hard to talk about it, but I'm going to try to get through it because I really wanted to let y'all women know how dangerous this is. I almost lost my life. Like I said, I didn't have no signs, no symptoms of being pregnant. I had my period, just regular. And I ended up, something told me to take a pregnancy test. So I took a pregnancy test. It come back positive. It will show that, the results and everything on there. So that night after it happened, I had to go to the emergency room, and they had to make sure that I was 3 months pregnant, and I had to have emergency surgery. And the doctors told me that if I did not get there within 24 hours to 48 hours, that I would have died. So I want to tell y'all, ladies, please take a pregnancy test, even if you had your tubes tied, because it could save your life. I don't know why I decided to take a pregnancy test. I just did. And like I said, it come back positive. And if I wouldn't have took it, I wouldn't be here now to discuss this with y'all. But hey Lisa, hey Kimberly, hey John, hey Sherry, hey Casey, Brittany. I think I got everybody on there. But yes, I've got pictures that I want to show y'all. Excuse me. I had a conversation with a lady last night about it, because she has had her tubes tied for about 6 years now. And so I really helped her, because she said it scared her, because she didn't know either that you could still get pregnant even if you had your tubes tied. And but I ended up, back to the surgery, I ended up having them removed. I had my left one removed, and now I've only have my uterus and my ovaries, but I can't have any more children. That's just the sad part about it. But the Lord answers prayers every day, and I wasn't supposed to get pregnant then, but I did. And it, like I said, it is what it is. And if the Lord sees fit for it to happen, He'll let it happen, because He let that happen. But anyway, I want to show you my pictures. My pictures are a little gruesome, but I want to show you how serious this was. I'm glad that now I can actually talk about it without getting upset and crying, because I've dealt with a lot of emotions and a lot of depression. But I'm taking one day at a time, and I'm getting there. I'm trying to get over this. I'm trying to read everybody's comments. No, this wasn't today. This happened. It was in November. This past November. It was the day after Thanksgiving, Casey. I think that's what you're asking me. But here's my picture. Like I said, these are gruesome. So I want y'all to see them. All right. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna try to, if I can. I don't know how to make that go away. No, I don't want to write a comment. Okay. That big bowl thing right there, that's my uterus. This right here is where the baby is, if you can see it. That's where the baby was. That's my right tube. Like I said, they had found blood in my uterus, and like I said, I didn't have no signs of anything. And hold on a minute. No, I didn't have the baby, Casey. I lost the baby. They couldn't save the baby because it was in my tube, and they couldn't put it where it was supposed to be at. And but like I said, I'm trying to stay strong about everything, and I'm trying to talk to people about what happened, and try to help someone else has dealt with the same issue. But anyway, if you can see right there, like I showed you, right there is the baby right there in the tube. Okay, and all that blood right there, that's what was in my uterus. And I don't know why I did not feel all that, why I didn't have any pain of anything. And also, dealing with a tubal pregnancy, you can develop, cysts. And I ended up having a cyst on my right ovary too. That was the cyst. If you can see that big, nasty looking thing, but it's gone. They say that they do go away over time. And but this is. The other one, this is where they had removed the tube with where the baby was at. And this one right here is my left one, which she said it had a lot of scar tissue too. A lot of scar tissue in there. And hold on a minute. I'm trying to read. It said, no, Lisa, I didn't have anything. I didn't have no stomach aches or anything, and I was 3 months, and I was already past the first trimester, and I didn't have no nauseating, no nothing. It's just, I can't even explain the reason why I took a pregnancy test. I just listened. I guess I just listened to the Lord, and He told me, and I had it on my mind too. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. 6 weeks. That I don't know if Lisa. I don't know if the baby was still alive. I don't know. They didn't, which they tell me much. They told the family that was there, and my husband, um, what had happened and what was going on. The Lisa, the only thing that I do know that I had was, like I said, it happened the day after Thanksgiving, so I thought I had ate a whole lot. And I was at work, and I did start having, like, my stomach, I felt, gassy. And I ended up, I took some medicine, some Modium forward, and it did ease up, but it did cause, excuse me for saying this, but it did cause me to have, diarrhea. So I don't know if that was one of the symptoms of it, but I just can't believe that, for 3 months I was pregnant and had a baby growing inside my tube. And I mean, this is, it's life threatening. And I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it's scary to, you don't know how, I mean, you don't know how to react, to what happened. But I mean, I'm doing better. Um, my health, I'm healthy. Everything, I went and had, some tests done to see, if I had any cysts. I had my pap smear and everything done. Everything come back normal. Um, but the doctor, she told me that, she had to remove the other one because it was, it grew itself back. That's what's crazy about this. That it had grew another part. Here's the other picture. If you can see right here, the glare. See, this right here is my tube, right there, because you can see where it's connected. Right here on the side, this is it actually, like, it was regrowing itself, and that's not supposed to happen. So she removed my tubes because she told me, she said, she didn't want it to happen again, because if it did, I wouldn't be so lucky. And I didn't. A lot of women I've talked to, dealing with having a miscarriage and stuff, it's really hard. It's hard trying to get through it and get over it, because I mean, it's like once you've been there, and it's like you don't have time to grieve. You don't have time to um, focus on the loss, because just like, that there was a baby there, but you don't know what, to, how do you go about grieving over it. But I mean, I've had some spiritual things that's happened. I mean, the Lord has been there with me all the way through this. And and Casey, I never thought this would happen. I have 2 children of my own, and I had my tubes tied. Like I said, as soon as she was born, they tied my tubes for me, and they said, "You're good to go. You're not gonna have no more babies." And then, it just, this happened. And I mean, it's a blessing too, because my husband, he's such a good stepdaddy to my kids, and it'd be nice for him to have a child of his own. But I mean, he loves mine too, like if they were his. And it's, Lisa, how did you handle your grief? How did you deal with the loss? I just read your comment, Lisa. I'm sorry. Um, yes, I believe it's the hardest thing that you ever have to go through. that night when the doctor, she told me everything, and well, they really didn't say much to me. They just wheeled me back here. They did the ultrasound, and they was like, okay, well, you're pregnant, but you're not. You're pregnant in your tube, and that was pretty much it. And then they took me back to the room, and it was like I felt so empty inside, and I'm gonna try not to cry because, like I said, I've been dealing with this really good, and I've been wanting to talk to people, and I've been wanting to come on here live because, like I said, I had a lady last night that I was talking to about it, and it helped her, and I wanted to be able to help somebody else, too, because I never thought that this would ever happen to me, and it did, and I'm so blessed to be here, you know. Thought with everything that's went on with this, but I think I've done pretty good by dealing with it the best way I can, and I've been leaning on God for with it. He's my Bible stays beside my bed now closer. And yes, at least I was very depressed. I went to the doctor, and she gave me some medicine, meds to take for depression, but it didn't work. It made me, worse. All I wanted to do was sit and cry. I didn't want to be around nobody. One minute I was happy, and the next minute I was sad, and I felt like I was losing my mind. And so, I sat and I prayed, and I just asked God. I said, please, I said, you got to take this away from me. You got to help me deal with this emotion. And I quit taking the medicine. I haven't had it in about almost a month now, and I'm doing pretty good without it. That's the way I felt too, Lisa. I felt empty, and I felt like like it was my fault that I had had my tubes tied, and if I wouldn't have had them tied, then this beautiful baby would have been here. Man, I felt like it was my fault. But we have to realize, our past is the past, and we can't change it, and we did nothing wrong. And that's where I had a problem with blaming myself for it, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna blame myself, and and I didn't want to be angry at God either for it, because He's the main one that we need to lean on. And like I said, He has helped me with these past months dealing with this, and yeah, Lisa, I was the same way. I've even people on here that's is having babies, and even people that I've worked with that's had babies and are going to have a baby. I stayed distant from them. I avoided them as much as possible. Um, I've even unfriended some of them, because I didn't want to see their babies because I couldn't see mine, you know, and wondering what mine would have looked like. I mean, I guess that's normal to feel that way, but I even pray about that because I don't want to feel that way. My situation is not somebody else's. I want everyone to have their kids and experience that blessing that you do get. I mean, I have experienced it twice, and I wouldn't change nothing about it. But yeah, about having the baby around, I felt the same way. I even, I'm not gonna mention their names or anything, but I had seen a friend that just had her baby, and she had brought it around, and but where I had seen her at, I'm not gonna say where I seen her at, but I had to walk out. I had to walk out the door. I had to go. I had to be away. I couldn't deal with that. Oh yeah. Yep, I found out a couple of my cousins are pregnant now, and they're having babies, and I just sat and cried and cried. And then, even though now I don't have my tubes, I still take pregnancy tests. Just I guess just hoping that it would happen. It's just I don't, and one thing too, like I said, I've been reading the Bible a lot, and I don't know like scripture for scripture or whatever, but I do know that this world is a cruel world, and Satan is here to steal, kill, and destroy. And like I said, that very first couple of weeks, I mean, it was like torture for me, because every time I turned the TV on, there's someone, a baby will popped up on TV, or someone holding a baby, or a woman with a big pregnant belly, and it's like, oh my God, why are you doing this, you know? And but that's finally has died down. It has, went away a little bit, but it's still there. Um, but I'm not going to hold everybody up any longer. But I just want to say to all the women out there, it does not matter what birth control you choose. Just make sure it's the right one that fits for you. And if you do decide to have your tubes tied or burned or clipped or whatever it is, do research. Do all the research that you can possibly do, because it, I wished I would have done a lot of research back then before I had it done, but like I said, the past is the past, can't change it. But just please, if you are on any kind of birth control, or if you do have your tubes tied or whatever, please, each month, it doesn't matter, every month, they don't cost but $1 at the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, whatever. Just please take a pregnancy test just to see. Because like I said, it snuck up on me, and it could sneak up on anybody else. And I feel like I need to tell people this. I know I don't have but 3 people watching, but it's serious. And if you know someone that has their tubes tied, please tell them, and tell them that you know someone that this has happened to. And I'm not going to, hey Mallory, I'm not going to keep anyone. I'm going to jump off of here. I got to soon cook supper. So anyway, y'all have a blessed day, and I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good evening.